that you can win on the road in an NBA playoff game against the team that has LeBron James and Luka Doncic when you're 7 for 47 from three.
Gobert gets inside. Warriors with the ball. Stephen Curry still back in the locker room. And that's poked away from behind. Turnover. Here come the Wolves. Edwards turned away. DiVincenzo. So Chris Finch's hair right there. His hair is kind of symbolic of how this game has gone. It's all over the place for the Wolves. That is going to go. And the toughest attempt of the night by Edwards. He scores it with a foul. And Anthony Edwards a chance at a three-point play. Another offensive rebound sets up a second chance for Minnesota. Looney out on Edwards. He gets a step. Edwards drives and scores. And they're coming easy at the basket for Anthony Edwards now. Lead is 15 for Golden State. There goes Edwards. Gets by Spencer. Edwards is fouled. It goes. The Ant-Man with a chance at a three-point play.
I'm a little surprised we're not seeing Kevon Looney right now.
Edwards, shake and bake. Edwards drives. Edwards lays it in. Shifty, explosive. And Anthony Edwards has him believing here. There's the back of the wall. Here's Edwards now with Peyton on him. Edwards gets a step, lays it in, and one.
Steve Kerr upset with his defense. How do you let Anthony Edwards get to his right hand here to the outside? No one comes to help on a night that the Wolves are making.
You'll hear the boos every time Butler touches the basketball as Conley forces a turnover. Edwards on the move. Edwards looking for Gobert. No, he found McDaniels. He had two options. Since they acquired Butler, it has changed the complexion of their team. As Butler turns it over, look at Gobert trying to go coast to coast, and he lost it. Back up 10. Pat Spencer getting some early playing time in this first quarter, and Spencer turns it over. Edwards on the run with DiVincenzo. Naz Reid finds himself open, missed it. DiVincenzo offensive board. Edwards got a three.
That's DiVincenzo's third offensive rebound already.
This terrific trio coming off the bench for Chris Finch. Pretty tight eight-man rotation. Edwards, the pull-by of Buddy Hield. You're not going to miss that one.
No, and there's no help whatsoever.
Free throws for Julius Randle.
And here's the drive, and literally nobody coming to help. Podziemski not coming. That is
Green with a slap down. And Podziemski able to save it, but had to put it in play in no man's land, and it's right to Edwards.
Well, he got tackled by Buddy Hield.
Which would have put him one away from a suspension.
Well, Steph Curry and Steve Kerr did a great job of keeping Draymond Green away from that. And Alexander Walker knocks down a three. Defender sealed on his back, great position. That's what he does best.
Up top to Edwards. Randle patient. The eye contact.
With the fouls he's expecting to get. Those are all soft contact.
Julius Randle out ahead of the pack. Steve Kerr calls the timeout, and the white flag is up. Warriors will surrender as the Wolves go up 21.
Check that Edwards' second field goal try. Minnesota 1 of 5, Golden State 1 of 4. Shot clock at 8. Edwards pulls the trigger and knocks down a three ball. Led the league in made threes during the regular season. Conley finds the cutting Edwards, drives through the lane, beautiful move. He's gotten so good at that downhill, always under control.
Anthony Edwards off to a good start, has the three-point shot in there, and a beautiful job to the other side.
You got both Post, who started game 2, played 3 minutes, and Peyton is the first reserves for Golden State. Edwards wrap around to Gobert for the slam.
I know it's not necessarily his strength, but it does loosen up the defense if you take the one that's there.
Hanging and finishing is Anthony Edwards. Randle beats Edwards for the slam. adding Jimmy Butler. When they got Butler, they were the #1 defense in the NBA after the trade. We are seeing that in this game. Edwards gets the layup. He attacked that time. 13. Randall's got to get it in. They do just in time. Edwards. Reverse layup is good. Anthony Edwards has come alive here for Minnesota to retake the lead.
Getting into the lane and a reaction on the part of the Timberwolves on the weak side. It's created now 2 opportunities.
Oh my goodness! Anthony Edwards scrapes the sky and flushes it. You don't see this very often.
If you see him gather like that, he's a 2-footed jumper. And when he comes in and gathers and puts that left shoulder as the lead shoulder toward the rim, he just goes to a different floor.
Had a healthy lead when he went out, got blown out in game 2, and a 6-point lead here in game 3. He'll be reevaluated on Wednesday. Edwards rises up over Pajemski, almost falling into the bench, cans a 3.
Sometimes great offense in this league is just too good for great defense.
With 4 baskets here in the first 4 minutes, and he had all of game 3. He was 1 for 10 on Saturday. Edwards swishes home a 3-ball.
So you're seeing him probe a little bit more with the dribble and getting to a spot that he's comfortable with.
Edwards struggling again in the first half tonight, but hits there. He was just 1 for 6 from the floor. McDaniels with the deep catch. Out to Edwards. Edwards on the blow-by, the hang, and the finish with the left hand. Alexander Walker skips to Edwards, and Edwards gets some time and swishes home a 3-pointer. Kuminga 16 points, 8 of 8 at the line. 2 seconds left. Edwards, long 3. And Anthony Edwards beats the buzzer with a triple. He had 2 defenders on him from about 30 feet away and still put it in the bottom of the net. Let's make sure he got it away in time. Yep, definitely. Minnesota looking to retake the lead. Great move by Edwards, knifing through the lane, goes to the left hand. Just an absolutely gorgeous shot by Anthony Edwards, and a timeout on the floor.
Anthony Edwards off to a great start here in the third quarter. Look at the footwork, the extension, and the soft finish.
Edwards step through, foul, and puts it in with the left hand. Anthony Edwards, who led the NBA in threes this year, is equally deadly, maybe even more so on the drive.
Well, this is the part of his game that has improved dramatically. Number one, just the creativity with the handle in tight spaces, but then he's so patient for a guy this athletic that gets downhill with
Edwards tries another 3. Edwards switches that one home, rips the net on a triple.
On fire right now for the Timberwolves. Taking a
start in game 1. Remember, that was after 5 days off. And they have won the last 3 to put the Warriors on the brink. And Edwards with the block. Third turnover as Randall travels with it. Here's Kuminga. First minutes on the floor and denied. It was DiVincenzo and Edwards. Coach, he played 34 minutes in game 4, just 14 points. He looked like he was a bit out of it. As Anthony Edwards cashes in a 3. Leading by 16 points in this closeout game. Edwards loose with the ball, but secures it. McDaniels packs one down.
That is Edwards' 8th assist of the night. Ready, right on the precipice of going to the conference finals for the 2nd straight year as Anthony Edwards ties his career playoff high.
Single-digit lead for Minnesota now. Just as it looked like Golden State was down, now Anthony Edwards hits it. Minnesota up 3-1 in this series. Chance to send Golden State home, and McDaniels set up by Anthony Edwards. Bounce pass to Draymond Green, no good. There's Edwards. Randall run on the floor. Randall puts it in. Finishing time for Minnesota. Butler moving fast. Got to get shots up. Butler is fouled. And free throws coming. The Wolves have had that finishing kick in each of the last 3 quarters.
I can't wait to see you on the coverage of your first tennis major.
And lead is That's probably not the right word. I'll be there. I'll be there reading the promos. It's the block.